My name's Brian Hayes. I'm a Salesforce consultant and trainer with Rotive. Now, most people will give you a list of resources to help learn Salesforce, which is great and valuable, but you probably already know about Trailhead, you know about YouTube channels, and many of the paid and free courses available online. What I'm going to talk about is a framework to help you learn Salesforce faster. And this is the framework that I'll use whenever I'm learning a new software or product. And it has 3 steps. So the first step is to understand what the product is. What does this software do? The second step is to understand why somebody would use it or buy it or implement it. And the third step is finally to understand how it actually works. The mistake that most people make is that they dive into the third step first. They want to understand from the very beginning how that software works, and they think it's going to help them get to that understanding quicker. The problem, though, is there's too many details. And if you don't understand what it is and why somebody would buy it, you don't know what details, what features to pay attention to. So you end up trying to learn the entire software from the very beginning, and you get overwhelmed and you don't learn as quickly as you'd like to. But if you start with the what and the why, you're going to get to that 20% that gives you 80% of the value, and you're going to learn the important things about that software much, much faster. And this is part of the problem with just diving into Trailhead. Trailhead has so much useful information, so many great modules, but they're also very detailed. And if you don't have that overarching context of what actually matters, you can spend hours and hours and hours learning things and not integrating them into a broader understanding of what that software is. So let's start with the what. The best way to understand what a software is actually by watching a commercial that's been created by the company. Now, not one of those super generic commercials that might run during the Super Bowl, talking about a commercial for the specific product. So for example, here on YouTube, there's a Salesforce Sales Cloud overview. And this is a great place to start if you don't know what Sales Cloud is, because it's going to be concise. It's going to be a quick high-level overview to help you understand what kind of a tool is this. Is it a database? Is it an email tool, etc. You can identify these commercials because they're only going to be a couple minutes long. So I would start here, and you might want to watch a couple of these actually until you have that basic understanding of what it actually is that you're trying to learn. The next step is understand why somebody would use it. So this is where longer videos that are usually industry specific come in handy. So it might be an industry specific webinar that the company has posted, or it might be a case study or an interview with one of their customers. But the important thing to understand here is what are the needs of this business or this industry, and then how are they implementing that software to meet those needs. This is where you're going to be able to identify what's important. Like, what are the metrics that these customers are saying they actually care about? Because that's going to lead you to our third step and help you focus on just the important features. Now, to find those videos, though, related to specific industries, you can still just search for a product and you'll find those come up in the company's marketing as well. So with Salesforce, we have one right here, Sales Cloud Demo Overview with Honeywell. That's probably a good place to start. And so if you search for Sales Cloud Customer Stories, as an example, you'll find a long list of different examples that, again, the company has published. And this applies to not just Salesforce, to any other major software that's out there. They're going to want to promote their successful customers. And reading those or watching those is going to help you understand what's actually important about this technology, why somebody might purchase it. And finally, we get to the how. So when it comes to the how, the best way to learn in this case is certainly with Trailhead, with their modules, but also just by playing around with the system yourself. Sign up for a free developer org, log in, and start looking at all of the different features and the functionality that's in the system. And that's it. Whenever I learn a new software, I first start by trying to find commercials, advertisements about that software. I then look for case studies to try and understand why somebody might actually purchase or implement that technology before finally looking at technical documentation, whether that's Trailhead modules, that's a manual that's available online, or videos that are showing you how to set up and use specific features. I hope this 3-step process will help you as you start to learn Salesforce. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.